The first powerful way to undermine a woman's ego is to consider yourself above her. If you're a man constantly working on your progress, improving yourself, and embodying qualities of a high-value man, you should feel superior to women who do nothing but value their appearance. Many people might say this is arrogant or toxic, but here's the truth. Most women tend to view the majority of men as inferior, thinking they are beneath their level. So when the tables turn and a man sees himself as superior, people label him toxic. Yet, at the same time, women are selective. They're naturally attracted to men they perceive as superior. It's this kind of man they pursue. If a woman feels you're of a lower level than hers, she'll lose attraction and interest in you. Listen, if you're a high-value man, you lead, provide, and protect. Look at all the things you provide, while many women have an inflated ego just because of their appearance. So, it's natural for you to feel superior to them. Yes, their good looks are something men value, but it's little compared to your hard work and what you can provide throughout life. They're used to being flattered and put on a pedestal by the majority of guys, inflating their ego. But when you act as if you're superior, you bring her back to reality, and her ego will shrink. Every man should know how to undermine a woman's ego. Some people will criticize this, but they don't understand the reality of relationships today. Almost every woman has an inflated ego, mainly because of social media, where they receive a lot of attention and a flood of compliments, making them feel like the most special creature on earth just because of their appearance. That women have an inflated ego, primarily because of social media, where they receive a lot of attention and a flood of compliments, as if they were the most special creatures on earth solely based on their appearance. Take a moment to think about it. If you were praised every day without doing anything to deserve it, your ego would be out of control, and you would likely become arrogant. This is the reality. If you don't know how to handle a woman with an inflated ego, you'll be treated like just another flatterer. She won't distinguish between you and them. So, after implementing these 9 things, women will never look at you the way they look at most average guys. Show your value as a reciprocal man. Leave your like to motivate my work, and let's continue. Number 2. Don't seek her validation. Many guys seek validation from women, asking what she thinks about their hair, their clothes, among other things. Some even ask the woman if she likes them. If you do this, you're not behaving like a man of value, but like the majority of insecure average guys. A confident man who truly embraces his masculine essence will never do such a thing. There's no need for him to seek validation from a woman because he's confident within himself. He doesn't crave compliments or care about what she thinks about every detail. Seeking validation from a woman, showing that you depend on her approval, is the biggest mistake that will inflate her ego uncontrollably. Instead of seeking her approval, make her seek yours. Let them take on that role. Number 3. It's not always about her appearance. Women receive a barrage of compliments every day. You might think that I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. If a beautiful woman shows you her social media, you'll see how constantly she's praised, from comments to messages and reactions on her stories. You won't be different from those flatterers if you always tell her how beautiful she is or send heart-eyed emojis with every posted photo. In fact, this makes you just another one in the queue with many other guys. While all the other guys put her on a pedestal, there will always be a high-value man who doesn't do that. Then, she realizes that the desperate compliments from flatterers aren't as valuable and tends to desire the approval of the man who didn't validate her. I'm not saying you can never compliment a woman. I'm saying you should be different from the majority. When you do compliment, make it meaningful, praising her achievements and personality, or something specific about how she looks in certain circumstances. I understand that you may think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. If a beautiful woman shows you her social media, you'll see how she's constantly praised through comments, messages, and reactions on her stories. You won't be any different from those flatterers if you always tell her how beautiful she is or send heart-eyed emojis with every photo she posts. In reality, this just makes you one more in the line with several other guys. While all the other guys put her on a pedestal, there will always be a high-value man who doesn't do that. Then, she realizes that the desperate compliments from flatterers aren't as useful, and she tends to desire the approval of the man who didn't validate her. I'm not saying you can never compliment a woman. I'm saying you should be different from the majority. When you do compliment, make it meaningful, praising her achievements, personality, or something specific about how she looks in certain circumstances. Number 4. Prioritize. A considerable number of men today lack a purpose or throw their schedules out the window to see an attractive woman behaving like hungry dogs. Women sense this desperation, and it's not attractive at all. Prioritize your goals above her. As a man, Your purpose should always come first. When you have life goals, you should honor them. This means you might need to set aside flirting with her from time to time. By doing this, she'll release that incapacity to distract you from your focus on your goals. This will bring down her ego, and she'll respect you. If she was already attracted to you, she'll become even more so, possibly starting to pursue you. Showing direction and focus on your goals is a behavior that. Number 5. Radiate masculine energy. This is extremely attractive to women. Don't be overly anxious. Many guys get overly excited and anxious when they get the chance to meet an attractive woman. This shows that they don't have many options and also indicates a lack of a higher purpose, as mentioned earlier. Understand that it's not possible for two people to perceive each other at the same time. So, if you're the only one who's too excited and anxious for the meeting, you're not leaving room for her to be excited about you. You're forcing her to take a step back, and your demonstration of anxiety for her also inflates her ego. Now, when you know how to control yourself and your desires, and you stay balanced, she'll have space to get excited about you. This will keep her ego under control. Number 6. Have control over your emotions. Don't argue with her, and don't get emotional. Whenever you lose control of your emotions with her, it shows that she has power and control over you. Don't engage in arguments. Don't get into her game. If she's being irrational and disrespectful, give her your silence or leave. This will keep you above the situation. Number 7. Never show jealousy. Don't get jealous when other men are around her. If she's attractive, sometimes other guys will gather around her. That's inevitable. Now, whenever you show jealousy, it reveals that you lack confidence, that you fear a better man might come and take her away. Look, if you're not next to her or around, the other guys don't know she's with you. So, it's her responsibility to respect you. If she doesn't do that, then you should end your relationship with her. If you're a man of value and you're with a woman of value, so I respect you. I'm aware that I am with you and will deny other guys. I don't need to stop my life to watch you. That's pathetic. Understand, jealousy is an emotion. If I show jealousy and you find that you can make me crazy with jealousy, naturally, you will know that you have control over me, and that is a weapon that will instantly inflate your ego. Number 8. Don't text right after the date. If I don't text you right after the date, my silence will leave you apprehensive, not knowing if I really liked you or not. This is good because it will keep you attentive and grounded. Most guys will text you immediately after the date saying they really enjoyed it and can't wait to meet you again. By doing this, you will have no space to miss me. I'm not saying I need to play games with girls, but I ask myself, would a high-value man text a woman immediately after the date, almost declaring himself, or would he simply go back to his routine of working toward his goals? Yes, I would act in the second way, like a man who really has a purpose and keeps his woman's ego in check. Number 9. Rejection. Women don't know how to deal with rejection. You guys don't get rejected as often. Men, and this is exactly why, destroy their egos when this happens. Nothing puts a woman down more than demonstrating her worth as a man, and when you reject her and hurt her ego, she will try to work harder to get your attention and approval. This is even more true if you've already attracted her, especially if you're a high-value man. In fact, the link in the comments will help you be a different man than the 90%. Demonstrate the value of reciprocity. Men, and that's exactly why, shatter their egos when this happens. Nothing lowers a woman more than demonstrating her value as a man, and when you reject her and hurt her ego, she will try even harder to gain your attention and approval. This is especially true if you have already sparked attraction in her, particularly if you're a high-value man. By the way, the link in the comments will help you become a man different from the 90%. Demonstrate reciprocal value. When it comes to rejecting a woman, it's a delicate matter that can significantly impact her self-esteem and perception of self-worth. It's crucial to handle such situations with empathy and respect, understanding the potential emotional toll it can take. Rejection, particularly when done in a way that wounds her ego, may prompt her to intensify efforts to seek your approval. This heightened pursuit often stems from a desire to regain a sense of validation and significance. If you've already sparked attraction and positioned yourself as a high-value man, the impact of rejection can be even more profound. As a man, it's essential to navigate these situations with care and consideration. Rather than causing undue emotional distress, the rejection process can be an opportunity for both parties to grow individually. It's a chance for her to reassess her priorities and for you to maintain your standards and focus on personal development. Demonstrating reciprocal value involves recognizing the worth of each individual in the interaction. It's about fostering a healthy dynamic where both parties contribute positively to the relationship. While rejection can be challenging, handling it with grace and respect contributes to a more constructive and growth-oriented environment for everyone involved. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.